Hello, everyone. Good morning, konbanwa, and welcome to the Open Innovation Week December edition. I am Marco Petuco, Head of Communications for 100 Open Startups, and you are watching the largest and most innovative open innovation event in Brazil. The Open Innovation Week is the monthly meeting point where people of the innovation ecosystem have the opportunity to co-create solutions, share knowledge, and of course, do business. This edition is being held in partnership with Jetro, the Japan External Trade Organization, and brings together the innovation communities of Brazil and Japan. So we are now going to watch a short video from Jetro. Check it out.
In Japan, major companies, VCs, and accelerators are actively working in collaboration with startups to create innovations to solve the various problems that have arisen with COVID-19.
Our firm, from a global perspective, is now looking at Japan as maybe a bigger potential than we previously thought when we first came here only a year ago. COVID-19 is not stopping Japanese companies from investing in working with foreign startups. COVID-19 is accelerating a trend for Japanese corporations to look more seriously and more quickly at implementing their own digital transformation. Big upcoming opportunity is the World Expo 2025, which Osaka was selected as the host city. The broad theme across the whole project is SDGs. It's time now to sort of really relook at Japan.
最近では教育のイノベーションをリードするようなスタートアップ企業の紹介の要望を多く聞くようになっております。日本のエテック市場の成長率というのはコロナ前直近で 13%、コロナの影響によって 30% ぐらいの成長率になるのかなというふうに予測されております。海外のスタートアップが先行事例を日本に持ち込み、関心のある日本の大手企業が連携することによってこの業界をさらに加速させてイノベーションしていくことができると思っております。日本には大きなビジネスチャンスが今あると思います。
Amid the search for a speedy response to the new challenges posed by COVID-19, there are high expectations in Japan for startup companies. The ecosystem that supports those startups and innovation in general will continue to grow.
I thank Jetro for the partnership, and you can write your questions to our panelists in the YouTube chat. Now, to kick off today's presentations, which are about mobility and logistics, I invite Mr. Elias Miana, TLAC Business Transformation and Mobility Planning for Toyota Kinto. Welcome, Mr. Elias. Thank you for your presence.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. First of all, let me sorry about that. So let's start. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Elias. I work for Toyota since 2007. And in the last 4 years, I'm fully dedicated for business transformation and mobility business inside Toyota. So let's start. And to start my presentation, I brought a very known, let's say, statement from our global CEO, Akio Toyoda. He did this statement in the New Year speech of 2018 that our auto industry is going through one in a century, let's say, transformation. And what he intended to say when he stated that, guys, is that we've been facing a big tech transformation. And actually for Toyota, this technology, it's not coming right now. It's already part of our business. But from now on, the behavior of our customers and the society will change. And it's not a matter of be competitive, but it's a matter of survive. So this big transformation will drive Toyota for a new future of mobility, and I'm going to talk about it from now on. But before that, what is Toyota? I don't know if everybody knows about Toyota. We started as a loom industry. The beginning was as a loom industry, and several of the known concepts, such as TPS, Toyota Production System, were created at this stage of the company, at the beginning. And around 1930, Toyota started assembling the cars, assembling and sell the cars. And since then, we've been innovating, bringing new technologies and solutions in our products. And from now on, as I mentioned, the big transformation, we are moving to a mobility company. And what I want to say, a mobility company, just to be clear and go straight to the point, guys. Nobody wants to own the car anymore. Everybody wants to use the car. And this is the big change that is happening. And that's why we recognize that, and we have to change our business to become a mobility company. But before that, even we have this big transformation now of our business. Now we will not give up the main principles and values we have inside Toyota. So we have Toyota Way as a DNA of the company, based in two big pillars, such that we can see in the left side, improvements, the continual improvements, and in the right side, the respect for the people. Now we have basic concepts that will be kept, and we will support Toyota to let's say, face these big transformations we have from now on. But what we have that everybody says it's changing, and what's the big transformation we have? Now we brought here one image to show that let's say the traditional concepts of industry, such as the linear value chain, where we could control 100% of the process, etc. Now it's being replaced by a new, let's say, concept where the value is the customer access and the data, not the products anymore. And we have new companies such as Amazon, Google, Facebook, all of them, they have these already. And what's the basis of these companies I mentioned now, guys? All of them are based in platform where they can have free access to the final customer and the data. Then they can collect the data, and based on that, they can add value on it. And this makes all a difference. That's the big change. And going a little bit in the details, now what we can say that the warehouse and the stocks are replaced by a producer ecosystems, and we have the sales funnel is replaced by client journey. The traditional research, market research and market assessments are replaced by a real-time customization, and the trade-offs and the decision making are done by algorithms. And finally, the main asset of the company became the data, the customer access. This is how we, let's say, face this big transformation and change we see, and how we are planning and recognizing the transformation and preparing inside Toyota to the future that we have in front of us. And this is a personal slide, I can say that, where I wanted to summarize by myself, like what I see as a big change. So we have two main points. The first one is the deep lifestyle change I'd like to show you guys. And what I wanted to say related to that, we have the consumer's behavior, but not only the consumer behavior is changing. Now, all society, all stakeholders, all players inside society are changing, and the industry also is facing a significant change. And the second main point, I believe, is the digital transformation, the tech innovation that we have. So in the left side, in the lower portion of the slide, we can see the details of that, the individuals and social necessities we have, related to the environment, the urbanization, all these lifestyle change that I mentioned before. And these words everybody knows, like artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, became a reality. And finally, in the right side, in the left, right side of the slide, we can see now what is used for to support people to move freely. It's mainly related to mobility, adequation to each one necessity, and efficient transport of goods and people, and finally contribution to a sustainable world. So this is what I understand that's behind all of this big transformation we have and what we have to prepare for. And talking about the auto industry, guys, we have here the direct sales evolving chart. But what is the relation about this chart with the topic we have here? That's the business transformation, the mobility for all. We have two main sales channels for the auto industry, the retail sales and direct sales. The retail sales is the sales for the individuals, such me, you guys, and the direct sales is the sales for handicapped people, rural producers, taxis, government, and finally the rental companies and new companies that are providing mobility solutions, using the vehicles for that. So as you can see, it's been increasing a lot, this channel of sales in auto industry. Of course, in 2020, we reduced a little bit because of COVID-19, but we can say that it's already around 50% of our sales. And what is behind that? Exactly the mobility solutions such as e-hailing, like the Uber 99 taxi business models, the car sharing models, the carpooling models, all these new mobility models that is driving this big transformation, this sales increase through direct sales channel. And what I want to say is that the new future competitors are no longer the automakers. Now, we know that these tech companies such as Apple, Facebook, Google, Amazon, they want to provide mobility solutions to the final customers. I have no idea, I have no doubts about it. And they are the new competitors of auto industry. So we have to be prepared, and we need to change or to adjust our business for that. And how Toyota is doing that, guys? We are ready to promote diversified vehicles, solutions, different solutions. I'm gonna show some examples for you guys. And the main challenge we have from now is to provide service. We have never provided service before. We always assembled and we sell and produce cars, but to provide mobility service is a challenge for the auto industry, and this is what we have to prepare for. And of course, we are using this word case in the right side, as you can see, written in yellow, to drive the products preparation and also our service preparation. So connectivity, our cars are more connected, much more connected from now on, to get driver behavior and also the vehicle data. And based on that, we will add value to our final customer. We have the autonomous vehicles, so several new technologies are being developed to provide autonomous vehicles finally. And as of share and service, now we can say both words related to the S here. And finally, E, the electrification, now what we are preparing for a sustainable products and service in the future. So here we have some examples, clear examples of Toyota, of our products. Now we have some customized products for people with special necessities. We have autonomous vehicles. Unfortunately, now we didn't have the Olympic Games this year, but if we had, we would see one of these guys giving support to the Olympic Games, such as the e-pilot. In the right side, in the middle of the slide, we can see the ride sharing 37 number here. This is the e-pilot. It's connected, it's electric, and it's a very good solution in terms of mobility for the users. Now we have in the right side here in below portion, the iRoad. It's an individual, let's say, solution, electrified, also connected, and very, very good for car sharing solutions and so on. So these are the new, let's say, products Toyota will provide. And of course, we are preparing ourselves for to provide service too. And just to give an example, a good example that we have is the hybrid technology already launched a long time here in Brazil. And this is the product we have to path the way for electrification of our products. So we have next incoming technologies such as plug-in hybrid, the fuel cell hybrid, and finally we will have the electric drive electric vehicles, as you can see. And here in Brazil, we developed by our engineers the hybrid flex, the first hybrid flex in the world. So it was good because it put, again, Brazil in a competitiveness, let's say, condition in terms of electromobility in the world. So we developed that, and we are very, very proud to be to done that. And now let me talk about Kinto, guys. Kinto Brazil. Kinto is the new brand of Toyota. Now it's a spin-off inside Toyota, but it's already let's say worldwide company, and it will be solutions. So Kinto is already launched here in Brazil. It was launched in July, and we have already two main services that I'm gonna show you from now on. And what is Kinto? As I mentioned before, is the global brand of Toyota to cover all mobility solutions. And here in the lower portion of the slide, we can see from the left side to the right side, the products that we are gonna have inside Kinto brand. Now we have Kinto One, that's our fleet management solution. Now it's equal, let's say, the full service lease we already have in United States and also in Europe, and now we brought here to Brazil. So it's a long-term rental for companies, now already launched here. Now we have the Kinto Share, that's our app-based rental service. Now it's a car sharing solution. Then now we are preparing now to launch very, very soon the Kinto Flex, the subscription model we are gonna have here in Brazil. So the mid-long-term rental for individuals, it's almost ready to be launched. And finally, we are gonna have the Kinto Join, our carpooling solution. Now we have the Kinto Ride, the ride-hailing solutions such as Uber and 99 Taxi. And finally, now we are gonna have the Kinto Go, Kinto as a multimodal. Here, particularly here, now we'll be able to plug in several solutions from several startups, and now we would like to be referenced as a mobility platform reference in the market. So it will allow Kinto to partner with several different companies and provide different kinds of mobility solutions to our final customers. And just one important information for you guys, Kinto is a joint venture between Toyota and Mitsui Group. So Toyota has 51% stake and Mitsui 49% stake. And this joint venture is very good for the business because we have very good points from each company to, let's say, strengthen the business of Kinto. So by Toyota side, we have the manufacturing, when we have already 280 dealers to support the mobility activities in Brazil. And Mitsui has several companies and participation in different segments of the market, and it allows different, let's say, business in different segments. So it's very good, this penetration in several segments to reinforce the mobility business of Kinto. And let's talk about the portfolio we have here in Brazil. About Kinto, we have the Kinto Share, and Kinto One already launched, starting from the Kinto Share. Now, this is our app-based rental service. So after that, I invite you guys to download our app and see how friendly it is to be used. And there you are going to find the Toyota and Lexus, the fully lineup. Now we have all cars available, and we already have 33 stations spread all over the Brazil, sorry, and we have 8 new stations under implementation, already more than 70,000 downloads, and more than 18,000 users already using our app and our solution. So please, I invite you again and to see how is this solution, how friendly is the usage of this app. And we believe it's a good, let's say, solution for urban mobility, and we can deliver very good cars and in a safety and comfort way. And talking about the Kinto One, Kinto One, what is Kinto One? It's the fleet management service for companies, and it's with all inclusive. And when we say all inclusive, we are talking about the vehicle, maintenance, documentation, and of course the service to manage the fleet. And one good point here is that we are bringing big and good differentials to support our partners. Now we want to be not only fleet management company for our customers, but also we want really to be a business partner of them. And it's who is this for? Any type of industry. We don't have a minimum limit for fleet quantity, and it can be for the companies that already, let's say, also outsourced their fleets, or companies that have this intention to do it from now on. So, and why we have this service, guys? We of course want to our customer to focus on their core business, and so let Kinto manage their fleet. And of course, being part of Toyota family, now we intend to provide a simple, smart, and very reliable service to our customers. Let me talk a little bit about the differentials we have in Kinto One. The first, the access to the biggest hybrid fleet in Brazil. So as I mentioned, the access for Toyota and Lexus fleet lineup, full lineup. Now we internalized our call center. So we have the call center together with Toyota and Lexus call center. So it's good to make the information run fast and reach the ones it must reach, and solve the problems as soon as we can. And this is a very good point and differential from Kinto. Now, our cars, all of them are connected. So as I mentioned before, we can get data from it. And we, based on these data, we provide a solution for our customer, improve their operation, improve the safety, also related to their employees. And now we have several good points when we have all cars connected. And one very important differential, all cars of Kinto will have the preventive and corrective maintenance done by our dealer network. So we will use genuine parts. The service will be done by our Toyota dealers. They have, now we are in 5 years in a row recognized as the best service provider to the final customers, and we would like to offer that through Kinto service too. And we have some certified customizations, such as the armored Corolla that is certified by the Toyota. So in terms of safety, of course, we can provide good points to our final customers. And one good and totally different differential we have is apply TPS, our strength in our production side. Now we will apply that for fleet management. So our intention is to provide efficient service, and of course improve our customer, our partner, let's say, our partner operation. Try to reduce costs, optimize their operation, and bring more competitiveness to them. So these are the main differentials I'd like to say. That's the big transformation Toyota is doing. So launching this new company, Kinto, to provide mobility service, as I mentioned before, new products with new technology, and we are totally open to make partnership with new players in the market. We know that we have to learn a lot from them, and we have to be prepared for this future of mobility. So with that, I conclude my presentation, Marco. Thank you so much. If you have questions and comments, please.
I have sent you some questions on the chat, if you want to read it.
Yeah, let me see. Just 1 minute. How can startup connect to Toyota? A very good question, guys. Actually, let me give you some example that we already had. Okay, before launching, I'm gonna give this example to say that we are already working with startups, and after that, I'm gonna say how we can connect. Okay, guys. We did a very good partnership with Mubi. Mubi is a Brazilian.
Yeah, if you want to read the second question, I think that you are connected, so maybe you can answer everything.
Okay. What are some of the opportunities for open innovation with the startups at Toyota? Do you have a case to share? Yes. Okay, it's totally in line. Thank you, Marco. And I think my reply will cover both questions. Before launching these mobility solutions, guys, we did a very good pilot here for our employees in São Bernardo do Campo plant. Now we partnered with Mubi. Now it's a peer-to-peer car sharing. Now we intended to understand how the car sharing model were. And at that time, nobody knew about it. We wanted to see how it works, the app development, the operation itself. We have several points related to the business that we had to learn. We had to involve several different areas here in Toyota, such as engineering, finance, the legal department, to see how we should be prepared for to provide this kind of business. And this pilot with Mubi was very, very good. We were running out of, let's say, budget at that time, but we didn't stop the pilot, and we offered some vehicles that we had here available. It was in a total around 10 vehicles, and Mubi by them, they provided their app to make it able, the pilot, the car sharing pilot. And they also developed together with our engineering department here of Toyota, some way to make the lock and unlock function through the app of our cars. So lock and unlock the door through the app. So those were some good learnings that we could get from this pilot. It was very nice. And how we did that? Now we started discussing with our purchasing department and also with our HR department to provide this kind of initiatives. How we could deal with startups We have also the strategic planning department here, and Toyota started to together also with Mitsui Group, a partnership and to work together with Kubo and to see if we could find some solutions from startups. So through Kubo, we could get some very good, let's say, possibilities to work together with startups. And we don't have concrete process yet now how to do but I think the window person and the window to start the negotiation with Toyota would be through this strategic planning department. So moving to the second portion of the question here, how startups can connect to Toyota would be through this department, strategic planning department. And after this presentation, I can let the contact for all of you guys, so you can contact directly the responsible for that. And I think through there, I'm talking about not only mobility solutions, but I'm talking about everything. So that was what we did through Kubo. We found logistics solutions, HR solutions, like financial solutions with the startups. I cannot say the results we could get from them because each area started to deal directly with these startups. But I know that we had a good cases here, such as this pilot that I mentioned with Mubi. And finally, we decided to go by ourselves and we launched Kinto, but it was a very nice, and I think both companies could get good results based on this pilot we did together.
Okay. Thank you very much, Elias. We're now going to take a short break and we'll be back in a moment, so stay with us. We are back with Open Innovation Week. Thanks to everyone who is watching us live. Remember, you can write your questions to our panelists in the YouTube chat. Now to talk about Brazilian and worldwide scenario of logistics and mobility startups, I invite Mr. Vanderlei Marques, General Manager of Multimodal Business Development and Head of Volume at VLI. Welcome, Mr. Vanderlei, and thank you for your presence.
Marco, thank you very much for this opportunity. We try to share a little bit what we are doing in VLI, in Volume, in Club Itaú, to share this information with you. We are open to have further discussions after this panel with everyone that has interest on that. I will share the presentation. In the presentation, I'll talk about myself a little bit more. Okay, Volume is a venture building in the company that I work on. That is VLI. VLI is a logistics infrastructure, a big logistics infrastructure in Brazil. We have railway, ports, terminals. We move almost 20% of the soybean or the other grains of exportation. And since 2017, we get into an innovation program. After that, digital transformation process. So we are trying to work with the ecosystem. And we are making a good progress. We think about that. We understand. We open our doors to understand what what the ecosystem is doing in Brazil and worldwide. And we have good initiatives to be inside of this movement. And also to provide our expertise, all the efforts that we could add on that to move the logistics and mobility ecosystem in Brazil to move on. Okay, we were invited to talk about the logistics and mobility scenario, digital transformation, that ecosystem, and worldwide in Brazil. Now we are 100% involved in Brazilian logistics and mobility ecosystem, and we'll share with you what has happened. First of all, I would like to thank Jetro, okay, Mr. Har and Mr. Tatiana to invite us to share our experience on that. We'd like to thank the 100 open startups as well for this event. It's very important to Brazilian ecosystem overall. Well, I'm a businessman since 1995. Okay, working in big companies in Brazil. Have experience outside Brazil, in Africa, but my experience was until 2015. I was in entrepreneurship inside these big companies, but since 2015, I'm almost involved with what's happening in Brazilian ecosystem of innovation. Okay, right now I'm trying to develop business in digital transformation process. I'm head of the two main venture builders in VLI. The first of that is Volume. Okay, I'll explain a little bit more what Volume is. And the second one is Strato. Is a logistics startup that was born inside the VLI, and I will explain a little bit more as well. Okay. We can move forward, please. Okay, our agenda is to give some figures regarding the logistics in the worldwide context. After that, what we have more experience is to share with you what is happening in Brazilian context regarding logistics and mobility. And finally, we'll talk about the logistics and mobility in Brazil. Okay, some figures around the worldwide. It's very important. We are bringing some very recent information that we got, that we studied. So we have important information in this slide. First of all, 7 of the top 10 companies in the world right now, totally different 10 years ago, are technology, are companies based on technology, as Amazon, as Apple, as many of the companies that you know right now. But 10 years ago, that companies were not in the top 10 of the biggest companies in the world. So we can see with this kind of information that technology is important to the movement of growing and the sustained operations of the company around the world. The figures in this technology industry is around $3 trillion in the last year. So it's a huge amount of money that is involved in this ecosystem that we are studying, working, make integration and so on. And the figures in just 1 year, just the last year, is around $300 billion US dollars in venture capital investment. So what means that there is a huge amount of money related to risk capital in startups that we don't know what will be in the future of that. Okay. Another good information to share with you is that Brazil, these studies mention that there are 84 big cities in the world working to produce. They have the system, they have the conditions to bring opportunities to a startup to be a unicorn, to be a $1 billion startup. And 2 Brazilian cities in this study are in this context of the 84 around the world. We are talking about São Paulo and Curitiba as well. There are many cities in Brazil, okay, but this study don't say yet that we have enough conditions in the other cities to produce 1 billion startup, okay? But for sure, you have many cities in Brazil that are moving this in this path. Another important information related to the pandemic that we are living right now is that the startups are suffering a lot regarding their resources, mainly financial resources. The first information is that 4 of 10 startups in the world has capital to run only 3 months. Okay, so there is a shortage of money for this startup. They are facing difficulties to make new business, to increase revenues and so on. So it's a big issue right now related to pandemic that we are living, that startups are suffering a lot. 1 in each 3 startups are in layoff process. 1 in each 3. We are talking about the startups that they are in Series A, B, C, or more. Has money only to 6 months from now, and 1 in each 5 startups have a cancellation of a new round of funding of the investor. So we are facing a big challenge for the startups right now. So these are worldwide figures that show to us how difficult it's been to the startups to move forward. Moving to the Brazilian context, we are very happy with the number of startups that we have right now in Brazil. According to the ABS startups study, we have more than 13,000 startups mapped in Brazil right now. Okay, we have another figures that are not in the slides. That Brazil is the top 15 in number of startups in the world. Okay, that means that we are in a good position. Could be better. I think it would be better in the future, but we can say that we are in a good position. We are producing. We are giving conditions to have new startups each year, each month, each day. It's very important. We bring some information of the cities that we have more startups according to these studies. São Paulo is the huge place in Brazil according to the number of startups. One in each 3 startups was born in São Paulo or is based in São Paulo right now. Minas Gerais is the second one. Rio Grande do Sul has a good position right now, in 3rd position. Rio de Janeiro 4th, Paraná 50, Santa Catarina 60. As you can see, the 6 main cities in Brazil in the top 10 are in the south or the southeast in Brazil. So we have to work together in the ecosystem to bring conditions to have more startups around the whole country. In this study of 13,000 startups, we have around 2.5 logistics and mobility startups. So it's a few figures. For sure, the number of healthcare, fintech are more successful process regarding to this issue. Okay, but we are moving in a fast track. We show some figures forward that we understand that we will have in the near future much more logistics and mobility startups in Brazil. Okay, because it's required. The figures are related to logistics and mobility in Brazil is very huge as well. The other study that we, Bruno, if you can. Okay, thank you. Just to give the figures that you have in volume, we have almost 300 startups. If you see in the left part of this slide, you have around 320 startups of the logistics. In our study, we have 283. It's almost the same figures, maybe some process to bring the number of startups, but we can say that we have 300 logistics startups in Brazil right now. What's important to say right now, because this study of Volume was doing together with Distrito, okay, in this year. We talk with every of any 283 startup, so we have all the information. We know very well what they do. What's the main person over there, in which stage they are right now. So Valum is working in a niche of this ecosystem in the logistics and mobility, and we are trying to make a movement to increase the number of startups, to increase the connection between the companies, the enterprise with these startups. So this is the main proposal of Valum. You can move forward right now, Bruno. Thank you. We are bringing all the information to you. In the left side, we can see that it's a McKinsey study 1 year or 1.5 years ago. Okay, we can say the industries and how advanced they are in terms of digital transformation. More green, more advanced; more gray, less advanced. Okay, when you see in the middle of this table the transport, storage, logistics, we say that almost all the items that are evaluating this research of McKinsey, our industry is gray. It's a worldwide study. That means that we are faced the same challenge, not only in Brazil but worldwide. In terms of it's more attractive to have financial startups or health care startups and so on, but there is a lot of money involved in the logistics. In the right side, you can see 12% of the gross domestic product in Brazil are related to the logistics. We are talking about 800 billion reais each year. So there's a huge movement of money in this industry, and you have few startups in the other side. So for sure, the industry, I'm saying because I'm in the industry, you have a lot of necessities, a lot of pain points in the industry, but the movement to bring, to incentivize new startups to develop solutions, disruptive solutions to our industry is not an issue that is well connected right now. So Valem is trying to make this movement with everyone that has the same thought and has the same understanding of this process. We can move forward, please. This figure is trying to show the 283 startups that we mapped in this year with Distrito. So we have all of them. We are talking with all of them. We are trying to make movements to increase the connection of all of them. So it's a movement that we are doing by Valem. It's not by VLI, it's by Valem. So what you see that all the companies, all the entities that has understanding, that has interest in work with us to make this movement grow and so on, it's welcome. Okay, so it's a little picture of how we are going deeply regarding this industry in terms of digital transformation startups in Brazil. We can move forward, please. We are going deeply a little bit regarding this study to share information with you. But again, we are very open to talk with you and bring you with us in this movement as well. We are talking with a lot of companies. We have mainly working with a lot of companies to connect, to make a real connection with these startups, trying to move this ecosystem in Brazil. What you see that almost half of these startups are trying to give solution to this industry in terms of management. Okay, it's good. It's very important, but we do understand that this kind of movement, it's a kind of movement of a lack of digitalization of this industry. What I mean, this industry have many entities. The entities are not connected. The process are not automatized. So the startups see a big opportunity to make connections, but not to disrupt the process. Okay, in the next slide, you can see that the number of startups in these figures that we have mapped, just a few of that are trying to bring disruptive solutions right now. So what it means that we don't have main startups of logistics and mobility in Brazil right now. It's important to the industry to have more. And the second lesson that we have with these figures, that the major number of startups in logistics and mobility are not bringing disruptive solutions right now. So you have to make the movement to bring the industry to bring the pain points. So what are solutions that we need and so on, to give the opportunity to startups to solve and to bring solutions in a disruptive way. Okay, you can move forward, please. In the last 5 years, we doubled the number of logistics startups in Brazil. It's good. It's not a bad figure. It's good for sure. Okay. But when you compare, for instance, with the fintech industry, in the last 5 years, they grow 12 times. Okay. So it's very important, again, that you have a connection movement to foment, to bring more startups of logistics and mobility to help us, to help the industry to solve and to bring new solutions to these industries. So when you see these figures, it's good. We're in a good path. For sure, we understand that in the near future, we will have more startups of logistics mobility. We feel this kind of movement, but in the other hand, other industries are more attractive, are bringing more startups each day to solve these solutions of these industries. So this is the main purpose of Volume. We are trying to bring companies. One of that 283 startups of the logistics that we mapped this year, one of that is Trato. We are taking this opportunity to share with you a second venture build initiative of VLI. VLI is a huge company. We move more than 45 million tons of cargo every year in multiple segments in Brazil. Okay, and we don't have a huge operation regarding trucks, so our clients have to bring the cargo up to our terminals in trucks. Okay, to VLI move this cargo up to the ports or from the ports in the highway. Okay, so Trato is an initiative since the beginning of the last year that the main purpose of Trato is to take care of the truck drivers in Brazil. Okay, we see that there is a lack of care regarding these truck drivers in Brazil. Okay, they don't have support in many areas. We saw this kind of pain points related to the truck drivers, and we start up a MVP in the beginning of the last year. We finished the MVP in the middle of this year. We've got more money to make a new phase of Trato, but Trato right now has more than 35,000 truck drivers in this platform, active truck drivers, that we are bringing to these truck drivers information, powerful in decision, benefits, and so on. When we're moving forward to connect more with these truck drivers and get more optimization of this journey, understand the pain points of the journey, try to work with them to increase the revenues, to diminish the costs, and so on. We are talking with many companies that understand the powerful of this kind of initiative that could bring solutions to this one. So we are talking about a real platform to make a lock-in with the truck drivers, and the score that truck drivers give us right now to how Trato is taking care of them is 96%. So it's a huge score that we have right now that show us that we are moving in a good path related to a good proposal to bring solution to this class in Brazil. Okay, it's a huge class in Brazil. You can move back, Bruno, just to finish. So we have working right now with these truck drivers. We are bringing partnerships to bring more solutions of fuel, of maintenance, of many issues that are required and necessary to this kind of class of the truck drivers. We can move forward. Please, Bruno. So Volume is an initiative that is very open to have new associates, new companies that could contribute with this movement. We are based right now in Cubitaú. VLI is the leadership of the vertical of logistics and mobility in Cubitaú. So all of that start up with this movement of VLI go to Cubitaú. We are very happy with this partnership. We are working with this initiative around 1 year is a few months, okay? And in this period, we created the Volume. We understood that it's not a movement of VLI, it's not a movement of only few companies that are with us. For instance, Wilson Sons is a company that is working with us in this movement in Cubitaú, and we created a Volume to make this movement more than VLI, more than Wilson Sons, more than all the companies that could be here. So it's an inclusive movement that we are trying to connect in the logistics and mobility industry, all the entities that are important to make a huge movement in Brazil, maybe connect to other movements around the world. We are talking with some companies, some ecosystems around the world to make this movement, to bring more solutions, to give opportunity to our startups outside Brazil. So we are very happy. Volume is going very well. One pillar of Volume is that one that we are bringing to you to connect the ecosystem. The second one is education. So this kind of industry is very huge. We have many people working in this industry. So how we can connect the entities to bring education, to bring information, to bring expertise. So Volume is a kind of MVP. We are very open to open all the pillars to bring important things to this industry, and we do agree that we can't do this alone, or even with Wilson Sons. We do understand that we have to do this movement with the other companies, the other entities that understand that we could move the logistics and mobility sector to another level. Okay, I think this is the last slides. Okay, so we have some other informations of myself, of Volume. We have an email in the end of the slides. So everyone that has interest to contact us to understand a little bit more about Volume, about this movement, have interest to understand, to bring resources or to bring demand or whatever, it's very welcome, really very welcome. So our contact is right here. We can contact us. We can explain a little bit more what we're doing in this process, and maybe to be in touch and to have you with us in this challenging, in this movement.
Thank you, Vanderlei. We have a question. If there are opportunities for open innovation currently at VLI, open innovation with the startups, and if you have a case to share with other startups from open innovation.
Good question. Thank you very much, Mark, for the question. And we in VLI we have our Open Innovation Program. It's called Inova VLI. Okay, our program is called Inova VLI. This program is based since the end of 2017. So we are very unknown in the market, in the logistics market. We have good connections with the whole ecosystem. We are bringing main opportunities to the startup since the beginning. Okay, we have many cases that we worked with this kind of startups in the process, in the core business process of VLI, in the HR or law department. So we have many cases that we can share with you. And this movement that we have in Club Itaú was not thinking to have an open innovation process, okay? But for instance, for Wilson Sons, it was a good movement to have this their open innovation programs inside the Club Itaú, because they were starting at the same time the movement to go in Club Itaú with us, and starting the open innovation program as well. So we helped a few companies, maybe 5 or 6, that were in contact with us in the last year, and trying to start their innovation program. As we have in volume the contact with 283 companies of logistics, and the other companies that are in Cuba, not only logistics and mobility, in the other sectors. With this experience, with around 5 companies that had interest to start their open innovation, we make the connection. We help that company as volume to start that problem. So it's a kind of a solution that the companies that had interest to make a connection with us in volume, as we have experience as VLI in innovation process, and as we have experience as volume to contact the ecosystem, we help this company to move to make this movement. Talking about companies, talking about startups, it was a flow in the 2 ways. Okay, we started to search startups of logistics and mobility, and as we made this movement, many startups of logistics start to find us to be in connection. So right now, 1 year later, we have a good movement every Friday in Club Itaú. We receive a startup that has interest to go inside the Cubo, and we talk with them. We evaluate, score them, and help Cubo Itaú to understand if that startup has maturity or not to get inside the Cubo. So, Marco, and the person who made the question, we have many opportunities to the companies or even to the startups to connect them. We have this experience, this recent experience to make this connection. So if the question is related to our startup, welcome. Contact us. We explain what we do. How can you connect you with the ecosystem that you work and participate in? If you're a company, you have many doubts how to start an innovation program, or you want to test, or you want to connect with the startups that we have connection with, we are welcome as well. If you are entity, as the street was in one time, that you can bring some information or some study or to help this ecosystem to move forward, we are welcome as well. So that's the answer that I could bring to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vanderlei. We're now going to take one last break, and we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Okay, thank you very much.
We are back with Open Innovation Week. Thanks to everyone who is watching us live. Remember, you can write your questions to our panelists in the YouTube chat. Okay. Now I want to invite from Ambev, Mr. Pierre, Innovation Director for Logistics, and Bruno Barros, Head of New Ventures. Welcome, Jean. Welcome, Bruno. And thank you for your presence.
Hello, Marco. Thank you so much for the invitation. It is really a pleasure to be here on this Open Week Innovation. I think it's going to be very productive. So let's jump to our presentation, and I hope we have a lot of productive questions from the audience. All right, so let's start talking about Ambev. First, I will introduce myself briefly. My name is Bruno Barros. I was born in Brazil, São Paulo. I joined the company in 2013 as a trainee for the Global Management Trainee Program. I spent all my career in the logistics business for the company. My previous role was regarding transportation in Brazil. And since January, I'm in this huge challenge to develop and to make sure that we are connected with startups and that we are bringing more opportunities to the company as head of new ventures. To present you guys what is Ambev. Ambev is part of the group Anheuser-Busch, as most of you guys know by Budweiser, Corona, so all those happy brands that bring joy and joyful moments when we are in the happy hours in the bars and having a good moment. This is something that we represent. So we are a worldwide company, and we are talking from the subsidiary here in Brazil, which have three main brands, like Skol, Original, Brahma, and much other more that bring joy to Brazilian people and foster even events like Carnival and so on. So we are very connected with our rituals and the culture and tradition of Brazil, of course in Japan as well. And talking more about our numbers, so it's more than 100 countries operations. We are one of the top 5 consumer good companies in the world. So we have a revenue of $50 billion worldwide. And when it comes to Brazil, it's nice to give you a little bit of context. So we are talking, we represent three main zones here in the South America. So Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Bolivia. We are talking about more than 51 breweries and 129 DDCs. So it's a lot of connections to make. It's a lot of challenge to make all those products and inbound materials to make sure that we have a good service level throughout the countries. We have more than 4,000 trucks, which make deliveries to our POCs, our point of connections, bars, restaurants, grocery stores, and so on. And we also distribute beers and no alcoholic drinks. So most of our volume comes from Brazil, which represents 76% of the volume from this region. So it's a very intense operations, which we have to take care every day to make sure that we have available products in our POCs and available for our customers. For now, I will leave to Pierre, and he will explain a little bit more on how we develop technology and how do we deliver the future when it comes to beer and supply chain. Jean, it's up to you.
Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here, sharing our challenges with you. I'm Jean. Move for one more, Bruno, please. I'm Jean-Pierre, the Innovation Director at Ambev to South American Zone. I graduated in Business Administration and did 2 other MBAs in the same area. I had been working at Ambev more than 20 years and moved for several positions, since intern, regional manager, corporate manager, and different areas like planning warehouse. And now I'm responsible for a technology project is into the logistic area. Our area covers all supply chain. We connect on floor from the suppliers planning production, first tier, second tier, and last mile. But now I'd like to talk about the log qua. Moving on, please. What is log qua? What is our structure? This area unifies all business projects, technology, and several squads responsible for developing our solutions. We're looking for a satisfaction of our customers and users, and always reducing the time to market. Our strategy is connected from the VP level to squad level. And for that, we work by OKR oriented. So we can have a clear goal, and by that we can give autonomy to squad level decide what they are going to develop to achieve that goal. We divided this strategy in exploit and explore. The exploit projects, they are a clear roadmap for us. And the explore project is the opposite to our unclear roadmap. I invite you to join with us to search together the best solutions to address our pain points. We are brewed with a complex supply chain because of scale and volume. Now, Bruno, we will be show the main challenges with you. Thank you, Bruno.
Let me open up my microphone here. So this mainly shows what is our business cycle, okay? And when it comes to our business cycle, we are talking from the field to the glass. What we are talking about that. So all our productions come out of the malt, and so it's represented by our raw materials, and it ends on our customers here on the right side of the screen. And all of our challenges is to move our inbound materials to our breweries, make sure that we have the right plans for making the correct beer, making sure that we also have the available product. These has to move from our breweries and our huge footprint here in Brazil to our distribution centers, where all this volume will be sorted out into pallets and into short haul truckloads, which will be our delivery. So we decided to assemble a control tower since 2016 to manage all this process, and we will be very pleased to have all of you on a visit there if it's available for you guys, and if you guys are here in Brazil, to understand how this technology works and how we are operating here in Brazil. One crucial thing that shows right now is this is our product roadmap. So we have a strong backbone, which is our ERP, which is SAP. But then we decide to pursue our own products for our own problems. So when it comes to, since we are talking about every challenge that we face in supply chain and logistics, we are talking about track and trace, we are talking about managing our warehouses from a distance, we are talking about having the perfect planning for our materials and for our scheduling lines. So this is something that we decided back in 2016, 2015, to develop those products inside LogCo, which gave us the ability to see from a different perspective on how hard it is to develop a system and how important it is to have your own algorithms and have your decision making on your products. But that doesn't say that we don't need help. We also need to share things, and we are very open to understand what solutions startups from Brazil or Japan can bring to our business. So this is a call to action in which our supply chain needs even more orchestrated volume and even more synchronized operation. So everything that comes out in your minds regarding supply chain and regarding having orchestrated operations, it makes huge sense for us to get to know, to understand better, and to make sure that we are applying to our operations. So as Jan mentioned, our focus is on the customers, on the client. So we're gonna show a video here real quick so you guys can have a more concrete feeling on how does it work on our daily basis and how does not having beer in a bar is a huge problem for us.
Este é o seu Antônio. E esta é a Ana Clara. E é assim que essas histórias estão conectadas. O uso inteligente da informação e da inteligência artificial nos permite ter uma cadeia cada vez mais rápida, customizada e flexível, desde a produção até a entrega dos nossos produtos. Processos integrados, ferramentas de previsão de demanda e meios flexíveis de transporte formam a logística do futuro. Onde cada pedido faz a diferença.
Pronto, seu Antônio, tudo certo.
Obrigado, Jota. Você sempre me salvando, hein?
Imagina, seu Antônio, à disposição.
Ih, Jota, esqueci meu cartão em casa.
Fica tranquilo, seu Antônio. O senhor tem crédito Ambev. Toca aqui.
Esse é o nosso plano para nos tornarmos o melhor atendimento do mundo e irmos cada vez mais longe, mas mais perto de você.
Tá bombando hoje, hein, seu Antônio?
Fica tranquila, não vai faltar cerveja.
Então tá bom.
Great. So I guess this sums up what we are trying to achieve here, and I think it's a common problem globally wide. And when it comes to beer and when it comes to drinks, it's not good to be in the bar you want to be and not having your favorite beer. And this is our responsibility, and we take it very seriously because it's 100% related to our customers' satisfaction. So it's getting sure that we have products over there and making sure that we have our operation team with all the tools to make this happen. So here we open up for what we believe that will be our biggest challenges in the foreseeable future. So we are talking here about fulfillment capabilities and fulfillment centers. So it's something that we saw in the past presentations that e-commerce is getting big. With COVID-19 is get even bigger and with a faster pace. So it's something that we really looking into develop this capability and to be able to compete in the market. The other point is third tier routing. So when I mentioned to you guys that our products comes out from our DDCs and goes to the point of connections, we are talking here about the different ways of making the delivery. So nowadays, our deliveries are 100% or 99, 98% based on trucks and small vehicles. But this is something that we need help to change, because smart cities and big cities with high and dense urban areas makes a lot of challenges when it comes to having availability with low stock with low stock policies around the town and around the most consumed and dense areas, which is something that maybe in Japan it's something that you are more used to, and that's something that we really need to tackle on in the next 2 years. Another point is smart layouts. So this is something that our operations really need. Nowadays, we have been increasing the amount of SKUs we have in our operations, and of course, this needs a lot of attention, and it is a lot of algorithms and information. So we make sure that our warehousing and our structures have a good orchestration of our products going to the stock, of having a good stock policy, and have a smart layout that doesn't clog or doesn't have a bottleneck in our operations. And the last one is something that we truly believe in. So AB InBev is known for its past growth, but we also believe that right now, in order for us to grow even more, we have to grow together. And this is something that is very important, because we don't believe that we can go through this journey alone by ourselves. So when Gian mentioned that he wanted to to build things together and to have startups in our structure, we have launched CVC, a corporate venture capital here in Brazil, and that's something that is very important for us, because we do believe in shareable services, in sharing our ecosystem with you guys, and making also our operational assets available to you. So this is something that we truly believe in, and that we need to build an ecosystem with the more diverse companies we have. So we need to have, on one end, big companies with big assets, operational assets like us, but we also need flexible services, and we need startups to come in on board with us to help us to deliver this dream of having the perfect product into our customers, but having better logistics overall net efficiency working in a good way. Okay, so I guess that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Open Innovation Week, for having us, and it will be a pleasure to have questions from you guys.
Thank you. Can you share how startups can connect to Ambev for open innovation processes and
yeah, for sure.
the
I guess
challenges
that
you have?
yeah, I guess one of the best ways, Marco, that we have put in place to make sure that all the startups can connect with us and have a good starting point, I think it's very personal. So I will be sharing my personal email here, and I think the best way is just to send me an email, ping me there, and of course we have the speed datings on Open Innovation Week throughout the day, and we will be happy to receive any contacts from the audience.
Okay. I have another. Okay, so bruno.barros at
Yeah,
ambev.com.br, right?
that's it.
In Portuguese, bruno.barros@ambev.com.br. Okay, I have another question here. I'm going to send you in the chat.
Yeah, that's a great question. One of
Can you
yeah,
read
okay.
that?
So
Please?
Marco is asking me how the ESG agenda is incorporated into next challenges of Ambev logistics. I know that a first batch of Volkswagen electric trucks are ordered, but is there any other initiatives? Yes, there is other initiatives. One of them is related to circular packaging. So it comes to having our impact in the environment being reduced by having a more circular business chain. So our packaging coming back to our production sites and being recycled and having a recycle way of 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 inputting again in our material needs. This is one thing that is very important to us. We also are very into having different kinds of source of energy. So we are investing heavy in solar energy. So this is something other agenda that it comes to when it comes to logistics, our operations. Our new operations. They are being renovated and incorporating this kind of new energy, which is also is amazing. So we can reduce our impact in the environment. And there is another one that I really like, that is something that when it comes to shareable services that I mentioned, one crucial thing is that when we look at the industry, we don't have connection between peers. What do I mean by that? I may have one flight going one way, and I might have another flight coming the other way, but both of them are coming empty on the back hauls. So there is a huge opportunity in the transportation business for us to connect with other enterprises, understand the whole network, and try to tackle our empty miles, which generates a greenhouse gas emission, which is a wonderful way to increase our efficiency by 100% with only connections between industry. So I guess these three initiatives covers up most of our ESG agenda, which is huge and it's worldwide. But logistics have a lot of to reduce our impact in the environment.
Okay.
Marco, I also in the back door here, I also gather another link if startups wants to plug in into our connections. So there is the link. So
okay, it's the link for the 100 Open Startups.
yeah, that's it.
For
So,
the
yeah,
speed dating, right?
Yeah, I know that we'll be there. So everyone who wants to connect with us can.
Yeah, the speed dating starts now at 11 a.m. Brazilian time. So Bruno and Gian will be there. So you feel free to ask them, to invite them for meetings, online meetings. Thank you, Bruno. We're going to wait another seconds to see if there are any more questions, and then I don't think so. Okay, so thank you for your presentation, Bruno. Thank you as well, Gian. And that's it for the third day of live presentations at the Open Innovation Week December edition. Throughout the event, as we've said, you can access our speed dating matchmaking platform, where you can connect with other participants of Open Innovation Week in online meetings and of 18 minutes each. To participate, check in at the event using the 100 Open Startups app at 100os.app, or by downloading the app from the App Store or Google Play. You can watch as well the open content of the Open Innovation Week until this Friday. We'll be back tomorrow streaming live at 9 a.m. Brazilian time with presentations about fintech and insurtech. On behalf of 100 Open Startups and Jetro, I thank you for being here with us. Arigatou gozaimashita, and I see you tomorrow.